Welcome back to Tailosive Tech. We're here with Wyatt Weitze. Today we're going to be reviewing the Huawei Watch. Thank you all for correcting me many times. All of those comments were helpful. Every single one of them helped me learn how to pronounce the word Huawei. H makes the wa sound.
HUA makes the wa sound.
Huawei. Anyway, you got it here. We all tried it a little bit, even someone who's not here. I hooked it up with my iPhone for a while. You hooked it up with your Android. You're representing Fandroids today.
I will represent the Android community
today. You're our representative. I've used an Apple Watch for about a year, and this was my first Android Wear watch, and I have to say, the roundness is worth talking about because
like an actual watch.
Right. And I think it makes a really good watch.
Yeah.
As in, the round part of it makes good for keeping time. It's better on that because of the always on screen and stuff. But then the smartwatch part of it.
You can turn it off too.
Yeah, you can turn it off. Not the roundness though.
No, you can turn off the always on.
I've tried to turn off the roundness.
With a hammer, right?
The thing I didn't like about it was the smartwatch part of it.
Okay.
I didn't think that was nailed out. So I want to know, from your personal experience, what was it like using, because this is your first smartwatch at all. So in terms of more than just keeping the time, what did you use it for?
I enjoyed the text-to-speech, or the speech-to-text.
Mm-hmm. Text, no. You just...
I enjoyed the speech-to-text. I use that whenever I have it on and I need to text someone. Just keeping time.
Mm-hmm.
That's always nice.
I never got the speech-to-text thing to work very well at all.
See, you'll get it too.
It didn't listen very well, and I also ran into the when I said "Okay, Google."
Okay, Google.
It would go off on the Nexus and the watch.
Oh.
Did you ever have that problem?
No, because whenever I use this, my phone was usually in my pocket.
And it wouldn't hear it?
And it wouldn't hear it. No, it just it would just go over here.
Mine would go off in my pocket.
Mine doesn't. Mine wouldn't do that.
Well, that's good.
Whenever I got a text, I feel it first.
Show him your phone. Here's his phone. The Galaxy Note 2.
Galaxy Note 5.
Yes. Which is a great phone, by the way. I've never reviewed it, but I've seen you use it for the past year, and it's a good phone. Probably the best camera I've ever seen on a
it's
phone.
very nice.
It's a very nice camera. Anyway, did you reply to texts when you got them? Or did you, like, when you had to willfully be the first person to send the text, did you say, okay, Google?
I could reply to texts. Like, if someone texts me, are you free today? I'd be like, okay, Google, text, whoever, yes or no.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I could reply, yes.
Did you use the fitness side of it at all?
No, because I'm fat, lazy.
I did. To let them know about it. It's kind of confusing because it just tracks inactive and active calories, so it's not very specific.
On some watch faces, it'll tell you, how many steps you've gone.
Yeah.
And how many calories you burned.
Right.
But in order to actually go to the fit part, you have to.
There's a lot of swiping in Android.
Yes, you have to go to the apps and fit part.
What I noticed is that there's no home screen kind of thing.
Yeah, there's only a
glances
watch face.
Right, watch face and looking around
until you get like a notification. Then you can.
Does it tell you quite often that it would take you this long to get home?
Yes, it would say hey, distance to home, and they would be like
I got annoyed by that because sometimes you're at someone else's house and it's someone you're at quite often, and they just want to tell you all the time. By the way, it would take you 3 minutes to drive home.
The first few times I used it, it would tell me, "Hey, time for work," and it would show me how far it is to Butte College. And
it wasn't helpful.
It wasn't helpful.
I mean, I guess that's cool at first because it's 20 minutes. But a lot of people are in this routine cycle where they go to the same place every day, where they don't really need to know.
Yeah.
Like if you're traveling a lot. So it's good that they make it easy to clear all notifications on Android because there's so many.
Yes.
Like, it's sunny.
It'll tell me, hey, it's 9 million degrees outside. Hey, the Giants won. Hey,
it tells you the sports.
It'll tell me the.
Did you set that up?
The sports balls. Nope.
Really?
Yeah. I think
I took
it from my phone because I get notifications from my phone.
Okay. Then it relays them over.
Yeah.
I see. To be fair, it did a lot better. I like the Huawei Watch a lot better than the Fitbit. Fitbit gave you text messages and That's it.
That's it.
You couldn't reply to him. It's
Oh.
just like, hey, get out your phone. That's all it was essentially doing. This one you could reply at least.
That's stupid.
And like a ton of people use Facebook Messenger. Fitbit wouldn't get that. That gets every notification the phone gets, no matter what it is. It'll tell you, which I like. It's a well-rounded
You know, I don't think I can punch harder with a watch on, but I'm okay with trying.
But anyway, let's talk about price, since this is your first smartwatch.
Yeah.
When you go directly from Google, it's $400. Little more than an Apple Watch.
That's with the leather strap.
No, that's link bracelet. That's the cheapest one I could find.
Okay.
But if you go on Amazon, it's $250.
Why wouldn't you?
And also, Amazon has a 30-day return policy. Google Store has a 15. Never buy from the Google Store directly. Just go on Amazon and buy it because it is so much cheaper.
Yes.
It's literally like 40% cheaper or something. So, do you think it's overpriced? Do you think that's a good price or what?
400 or 250.
Let's say 400 first.
400, yes. It costs
It's
way.
worth 400.
It's not worth 400.
Oh, it's not?
It's overpriced for 400.
Okay, you wouldn't pay.
I would not.
I gave you this to test.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
like,
I know
but
that.
you would not willfully.
I would not pay $400 for this.
Okay.
It doesn't do enough for $400.
Is there something else it could do that would make it worth 400?
If I
Time
could,
travel.
I didn't have this long enough, but if you could you transfer pictures from your phone to this? Do you think?
I know someone's gonna correct me any second in the comment. Actually, if you install the third-party app, you can input it. But no, I never figured out how.
Okay, I couldn't either. And if
Okay.
it could do that, and I could make it my watch face, that would be cool.
Make your own watch face.
Make your own watch face.
Because there is apps that let you do that, I
Because
believe.
there's a if you tap and hold the watch face,
Yes.
it'll take you to all the different watch faces you can do, and there's one that says pictures, photos. If you tap that,
But it's not your photo.
it doesn't take you to your photos. It just takes
just
you
random
to
photos.
It's just a photo that's. This looks like a painting. If it could do your own photos, that would be great.
Apple Watch can do that.
Some other.
What I think is interesting is that the roundness makes a really good watch face.
Yes.
It just doesn't make a good user interface for the smartwatch part of it because you have to swipe and swipe and swipe either up or to the side. It's just not very controlled. What's frustrating is this button spins.
Okay.
Digital crown on the Apple Watch spins. Like, they could have done something.
Well,
like, the button can spin, but it doesn't do anything. I wish it did because it's already spinning. Like, you can rotate it. It's a shame it doesn't do anything.
Well, what could it do? That's the thing.
For one, when you're scrolling through things,
So
finger-
instead of doing this,
yeah, your finger takes up the display and stuff. For the Apple Watch, you can scroll through that. On the digital crown, you can fast forward through time, see like what the weather will be like in the future. If you have any events coming up, it'll let you know those things. Or like when you're in the home screen and you want to zoom in and out of pictures, you use the digital crown. Or if you even just want to swipe through different watch faces, you can use the digital crown. It's just an extra control interface that I didn't have with Android Wear. But I like the size of it.
Okay.
That's my complaint with the Apple Watch is that it's too small. I wish it was. Because I don't think it's impossible to make a good interface that's round. I like Android Wear 2.0 stuff has this different way of displaying rows, like it's kind of bent instead of just up and down. Because do you notice when you swipe through things how like they're all kind of in the center?
It'll do this. It won't do this.
Yeah, it's just everything's narrowed down in the middle, which makes it really small. Even though the screen is so big.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're not taking advantage of...
The size? The watch size?
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of real estate to work with that they're not working with. That's my complaint.
Okay.
Do you like the selection of watch faces that work?
Yeah.
Did you choose one for most of the day, or did you
I
go
did.
through
I
one?
chose one that I liked the most. It had an analog clock and
The date or what?
it told me the date, how many steps I've gone, calories burned.
Do you like that it's always on?
Yeah. It's all right. I turned it off. I
You
turned
did?
the screen always off
How come?
because I just got tired of seeing,
Every time you look at it.
every time you look at it, it's like yeah.
You're wasting battery.
No,
Oh.
it did the battery's fine in this thing.
Yeah. In the future, if smartwatches get cheaper, this gives you the idea to get one later, or is
Oh,
it?
yeah. Yeah,
You
if-
think it's useless?
If
or-
this was under $200, I would definitely get it.
You like that?
Yeah.
Not having to take the phone out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah, I like that too. And I think a lot of people online complain about smartwatches for saying that they can't do anything and they always need the phone. Do you think a smartwatch could ever replace your phone?
No. If you think that you're going to take a photo from your smartwatch, you're gravely mistaken.
Gravely?
Gravely.
I will kill you personally if you think.
How do you take this? What do you do? This? You can't.
Or text.
Texting is fine.
On the watch?
Yes.
Like you're just gonna dictate all the time?
I'm okay with saying, okay Google, text Drew, get out of here.
But you couldn't see yourself replacing that just because of the camera, or is there other things?
No, there's other things. I have games on my phone. I have some apps that would definitely not work on this phone.
You would not watch videos on there.
I would not watch videos on this.
No matter.
Doing this.
You notice you can't use a smartwatch for a prolonged amount of time.
It's kind of exhausting.
Yeah.
Doing this.
To hold the arm like that. Whereas a phone, you can rest it on something.
Yeah,
you can tap it while it's on your knee or your desk or wherever.
Doing this,
for a long time.
For a long time, you're like
reading the news.
Yeah.
Reading articles, or you're really okay with not having a keyboard.
Yes.
You could get rid of that.
Yeah. On this.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, I to me, texting, I love not having to speak, especially if you're around other people and you just want to real quick. Like if we were having a conversation like this and I'm like, how's the weather? So tell me about the weather.
It's too hot.
Oh, okay, Google. Tell me more about the weather. Anyway, I'm texting my friend right now because we need to film a video.
Well, I wouldn't do that. If I was talking to someone, I wouldn't text in the middle. That's the thing.
I'd just be like real quick.
I wouldn't. I'd wait until they're done and be like, all right, thanks, or see you, or I wouldn't text in the presence of another person. But if I was in my car saying, hey, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Yes, driving is very nice.
Yes.
Dictation. I love that. I do that also.
But there's when texting, there are some options saying. There's some options when texting, like not now. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
The pre-made.
There's pre-made.
I have those. Yeah.
That you can.
And you can customize them yourself.
Yes.
So if you want to be really vulgar and rude to everyone,
you can do that.
You can do that. You have that freedom. One button, screw you.
Yeah, or something.
To everyone.
Yeah.
Or whatever you can think of.
Yes.
So $250 is too much for you.
Yes.
You don't think $250?
I do not think this is worth $250.
Okay. So in time though, they probably will go down.
If they improve this, if they improve how you can get apps things from your phone to here, if there's more options on here, more than just notifications and checking the time,
actual app being used.
Yes, like the Apple Watch.
That's what I've noticed, is that on Android, where you don't really have apps that work on that watch, you have notifications delivered to that.
Let's see. Here we go. You can have weather. I can play my music from here, which is stupid. I don't like that.
Wait, music from this? The music comes out of the watch?
It can come out of the watch and my phone
at the same time.
I can probably do it.
I can't. I never did that actually.
I can probably do an example. Yeah, I can. There's an option that says play on phone and play on where.
Play on where? I've never heard it. Because you can control the music your phone plays with your Apple Watch, but you can't play it. How's that UI coming along? So are you going to be sad that we're taking it back and we're sending it back?
No.
You're not going to miss it?
No.
It's not. So it's handy. It's not a game changer.
You can have it. It's fine.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting us in on your incredibly masterful insight. Yeah.
Well, how long did you have it?
I had it for about a week.
Okay.
And then I gave it to Xander, who used it for a couple days. And it is nice that the watch can pair with iPhones. That's something
as long as you have the Android Wear app.
Which Apple Watches cannot pair with Androids unless you try really, really hard. There are ways, but no. So it does have that going for it. My recommendation is, if you like this watch, you'll like this watch. No, if you like your Android phone and you want and you want a bit more functionality, what would you say, functionality to your watch?
Yeah, if there was more options, if there's more apps.
If you're rich.
Yes.
If you can afford this, or if you have a loved one or a child with an Android phone, they would enjoy this as a gift. But I wouldn't recommend it if you can't afford it very easily. Like if this will wipe you out, don't bother.
It's not worth,
It's really kind of overpriced. Only if you're like a middle class citizen who can afford these kind of things should you get it.
Who says, I have money to spare. I think I'll get a smartwatch.
Money to spare.
I have an Android. Android Wear.
There you go. Well, thanks for sticking around for our talk. This is your Apple Sheep here, and this is...
I'm Wyatt.
That's it? Just a Wyatt?
Yeah.
Okay. And I will see you in the next one. You have served your purpose for Tailosive Tech.